Reception, and welcome to your third topic lesson on space. So behind me, we have all of our planets. We also have our rockets or our shuttles, and we have what we would see if we were up in space as well. So that's everything that we've been talking about so far. So I bet you're wondering what today's topic lesson will be about. Well, let's get straight into it and find out. So put on your spacesuit, your space helmet, your space boots, and jump in your rocket, and let's go on this adventure together. So we are going to think about the sun, the moon, and the earth in today's lesson. So we have the sun to start off with. So I would like you to think about what you know about the sun. So pause the video, have a think about what you know about the sun. So here are a few facts about the sun. So the sun is over 4.5 billion years old. So the sun is so much older than me, so much older than you as well. It also started off as a clump of dust and gas, and it slowly formed in a massive center, and it also gained heat, and it's made up of hydrogen and helium gases. So helium is something that you find in balloons, which makes it stay up in the air. And it also has a temperature of around 5,500 degrees Celsius. So it is really hot, and that's why we don't go close to the sun at all. The light from the sun takes about 8 minutes to reach the Earth, and a solar eclipse occurs when the moon is in between the sun and the Earth. So now let's move on to the moon. So take a second, pause the video, and think about what do you know about the moon? So here's some facts about the moon as well. So the moon is made up of rock. It has large holes or dips, which are called craters. The moon is actually a satellite which orbits the Earth. Okay, so it doesn't orbit any other planets, and orbit just means going around. Okay, so it only orbits the Earth. The moon looks different in the sky each night, as you can probably imagine, and you've probably seen, and that just depends on where it is in its orbit. So if you look up at the moon tonight, try and remember what it looks like, and then look up at the moon tomorrow night and see if there are any differences in what the moon looks like. And the moon actually is illuminated by the sun. So the moon cannot shine by itself. The sun helps it to shine, and there's no water on the moon either. People actually imagine the moon feels like cheese or looks like cheese as well. So I actually have a little clip to show you, which is by Nick Park, who imagined the moon was made out of cheese, and he thought it would be funny to make up a story about a man and his dog who visited the moon to find some cheese. So let me find the video for you. Here we go. Okay, so do you think that the moon would look like, well, do you think that the moon looks like cheese? Do you think it might taste like cheese? That's for you to decide. Okay, let's keep going. So we've thought about the moon, we've thought about the sun as well, and we've learned some facts about the moon and the sun. So let's move on to the Earth. So now think about, what do you know about the Earth? So here's some facts about the Earth as well. So the Earth is the third planet away from the sun, which you can see here minus the moon. However, it is the third planet away from the sun. Scientists estimate that the Earth is around 4.5 billion years old as well, so a lot older than me and a lot older than you. The Earth is the 5th largest planet in our solar system, and there is around 79% of the Earth is water and 29% is land. So I'm going to show you what the Earth actually looks like from space. I bet you can probably, you probably have an idea of what it looks like. So this is the International Space Station that you can see. Okay, so that is what the Earth looks like from space. I would love to be in space and look down at the Earth because I think it just looks phenomenal. Put your hand up if you would like to visit space to see what the Earth looks like as well. I know I would. Okay, great. So I have something for us to look at today. So I actually have a model of the sun, the Earth, and the moon. So I'm going to show you how this works. So we have the sun in the middle. The Earth goes around the sun, but it also spins on an axis. So I can spin this, and this is exactly how it would, well, it does, I should say. So it goes all the way around. And then the moon, that you can see here, goes around the Earth. So it's quite hard to do them all at the same time. But this is the way in which we orbit the sun and the moon orbits the Earth. Okay, so just like this. It does go a lot slower than what I'm doing. So the sun orbits the Earth and the Earth orbits the moon. Just like that, okay? So question for you. What orbits the sun? You're right, the Earth orbits the sun. And what orbits the Earth? That's correct. The moon orbits the Earth. Fantastic. So we are going to try and make a representation of the sun, the Earth, and the moon. So we are going to try and recreate the sun, the moon, and the Earth. So I have gathered a few resources to use. So I have 3 bowls that I'm going to use for the sun, the moon, and the Earth. I have some foil. I have some gold paper, and I also have some blue, green, and white tissue paper for the Earth. So I'm going to start with the moon, as I think it will be the easiest. So I'm going to use my foil, and I'm just going to cover my bowl in the foil. So just like that. Okay, so I have my moon. I'm then going to do my sun, which I'm going to use gold for. So I'm just going to cut it and wrap it around as well, using my blue tack to just stick on the sides. Just need a tiny bit more, just like that. So some more blue tack on each side. And some on this side. And then I have my sun. And then my last one is my earth. So I am going to use some blue for the water bits of the earth, and then green for the land bits of the earth, just like this. Some darker green on there, some blue, some more blue, and I'm just going to go all the way around my bowl. Just like that. Okay, so I have my earth, my sun, and my moon. So now I can recreate the motion of my sun, or my moon, sorry, going around my earth, and the earth going around the sun. So just like that. So the earth goes around the sun, and the moon goes around the earth. You do not have to use 3 bowls how I did. You don't have to use the same materials. I want you to be as creative as you can to recreate the sun, the moon, and the earth. We cannot wait to see your creations on Seesaw. Have a great day, and let's get creating.